Why are they called classic risk factors?
Because that's what medicine has decided through studies and research. Okay, we know that smoking leads to that. We know that high cholesterol, well, we don't know about that anymore, but we know that obesity leads to it. And there's enough evidence to show that they do, classic risk factors. But what's going on with the other half? What?
It's hereditary.
No, hereditary is part of this. That's one of these. No, they're saying that there's enough evidence to show that there is a enormous emotional, mental component that plays into heart disease. Enormous. That's just starting to get, you know, when people say they died of a broken heart. Well, there's a real connection there.
So what are these two? That's something on the news about broken heart syndrome or something. The other day.
Oh, it's hit the DSM-4 now. It's one of those. It's an actual disease they've diagnosed. And that tells us that it sounds like then, if that's the case, that they're recognizing that the emotions, that this is playing a part in our well-being. So I thought it would be fun and interesting so that's kind of, here's the negative side of this picture. What would be the optimum mind-body wellness or mental, emotional ways of being? And here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to just kind of get to 3 or 4 of you in a group. And I'd like you to have one. So just really quickly, just turn so there's 3 or 4 of you in a group. Okay. Now, on your piece of paper, are we good? Has everyone got a grouped up? Okay, on your piece of paper, I would like you to write peak emotional wellness. Okay, peak emotional wellness. If we're interested in how we feel, that's kind of the end game for everything we do. And we have some idea of what that might feel like, what that might, joy, love, passion, whatever that is. We have some idea of what that might be like. The question is, what are some things that we can do that will help us achieve this? In other words, in our day-to-day activities, and I want you to avoid the obvious. Manage stress, exercise, eat well, get enough sleep, get out in the sun. Those are the obvious ones. I want you to avoid those, because we all know that. We've hit that. But what other things, what other ways of thinking, what other ways, and so I'll throw out 1 or 2 just to get you thinking. Things like service, or things like forgiveness, those kind of things. What other behaviors or attitudes, and that's 2 different things, can you incorporate or can you see would lead toward the end game of feeling really good? What do we know that seems to work to get us there? Okay? So we're going to take 3 or 4 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, and just kind of bullet really fast, kind of brainstorm, no wrong answers, and see what you come up with. And try to get everyone thinking involved in this game. So go ahead and talk.